So at the front of the drawer are the things that you use most often. Sensible, right? Mm-hmm. These are too long for either of the, okay, so this is where the too long things go. This is stirring things, and this is everything else.
Can we please focus on what's really going on here? What is on your feet?
I'm feeling.
You are feeling it. Wow. So Andy's much more organized than I am. He's the Marie Kondo and I'm the minimalist. That's why we make a good team.
At the back, things that we don't use very often because they're at the back. You don't need to open it very far because you don't use them very often. And my anxiety is so much better.
Namaste.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Quick question for you. Do you ever find that you spend way too much time in your kitchen rifling through utensil containers that sit on your counter, or rifling through that drawer that is just an abyss of mixing spoons, potato mashers, pasta strainer spoon thingies, all that clutter in that drawer that you're shifting through it just to find that one thing you need? Well, in today's video, I am going to help you declutter your utensil drawer, utensil container, so that you get to that core group of items that you actually need in your kitchen, and also share with you a Marie Kondo-esque organizing tool. So it makes your kitchen a much calmer, serene place for you to make that perfect 5-star meal for your family. Said no one ever. Quickly before we start, do not forget to subscribe to my channel if you would like in on our 52-week gentle journey to decluttering. I have created a challenge where each week you get rid of one additional item. So on week 1, we got rid of 1 thing. Week 2, 2 things. Week 3, 3 things. And now we're on week 4. We're getting rid of 4 things this week. Don't worry if you're late to the party. I've linked all the videos below with extra tips and tricks, and you can pick up with us. Just do 4 days back to back. So day 1, 1 thing, day 2, 2 things, until you're caught up to 4 items, and you can join us next week on 5. And also too, please give me a thumbs up if you got rid of something this week, because if you can't join in the challenge, just getting rid of 1 thing is super great and will help declutter your life. So I want to give you 5 tips to help with figuring out what 4 things you're going to get rid of this week. When we're looking at utensils, you can take a look behind me. We have very little on our countertop. We keep our utensils in a drawer. My first tip is anything when you open your utensil drawer that is holiday themed. I know in the States this is a thing, like a Christmas spoon to mix, or the candy cane wine stopper. Any of that stuff, if you haven't packed it away at the very least, please get it out of your kitchen until it is appropriate to the holiday. Pack it away, or better yet, I don't know, this is personal style, get rid of it. That's me, the minimalist, talking. You don't have to get rid of it if you absolutely love having holiday themed kitchen decor, but make sure you pack it away when it's not seasonably appropriate, and that right away will get rid of a few items in your clutter drawer or clutter container. The second thing is to get rid of pointless shortcut utensils. I'm looking at you, Mr. Avocado Slicer, or the lemon thing where you press and all the juice comes out. If you use these every day and you absolutely swear by them and you can't get by without them, definitely keep them. If they spark that joy, don't throw them away. But if you can take your muscles and get a little bit of exercise and squeeze the lemon yourself, or welcome to YouTube, everybody. There are enough videos on YouTube to watch that will give you tutorials for how to cut an avocado, how to juice a lemon most effectively, how to cut an apple without one of those apple things. Yeah, they're great. They save a little bit of time. I would argue seconds. And putting my earth hat on, they're kind of just uselessly pieces of plastic. If you are not using them, I would say 2-3 times a week. You really don't need them. You can learn how to do all of these basic kitchen things just by watching a few tutorials on YouTube. That YouTube is so nifty, isn't it? If you are looking to really declutter, I would suggest getting rid of some of these marketing gimmicks, as I like to call them. Next, this is where Marie Kondo's style really comes into play. I would say take all of your utensils out of the container you have them in, or out of your drawer where you're stocking all of them. Lay it all out on your dining room table and take a look. How many mixing spoons do you have? Full disclosure, we have 5 mixing spoons, and if it were up to me, we would only have 3. Because I feel like you mix something, if you need it again, run it under the water, give it a quick rinse, and use it again. I think 5 or 6 is a bit much, and somebody watching this is probably gonna go 5 or 6, I have 10. So I would suggest laying them all out on the table, Really determine how many you need at any given time and get rid of the rest. Donate them to somebody who will need them, or to a soup kitchen, somewhere where they'll get used on a more normal basis, and your kitchen will be much clearer and happier as a result. Another place where we hoard we have a lot of chopsticks. I don't know where we're ever going to have a group of 6 other people where I'm like, everybody gather around, we're all gonna eat with chopsticks tonight. We have too many chopsticks. Patrick, you guys, Patrick's 4. Patrick has 5 sets of chopsticks. Y'all, I'm losing all my credibility once again. Who needs 5 sets of chopsticks for a 4-year-old? I need to get rid of those. But I've already got 4 things for this week, so maybe I'll save those for another week to get rid. The 4th thing that I think you can get rid of is if you have a child who's coming out of babydom and moving into older childdom, like we do, you can get rid of some of those initial first utensils that you used when you were weaning them off of food. Our baby spoons and stuff moved to the back of the drawer, and I realized he's not gonna go backwards with cutlery, so I can get rid of this. I was thinking if we're able to have another child, which if you follow my channel, look at some of the playlists, we're trying to get there right now. We will probably get new little spoons for them, because when I was prepping for this video, I kind of went like to the spoon, and you can taste like food flavor. Yeah, they're clean, but they don't taste new, and I'm just being a real princess about that. I don't want to reuse those, so I'm getting rid of those. The last thing, and this is more of an organizational tip, and it goes along with Marie Kondo. If you have a drawer that you use to organize all of your items, instead of just throwing all of your utensils into a drawer, I suggest getting separate containers to put your utensils in. I discovered something this weekend, that Andy and I are the perfect mix of the minimalist and Marie Kondo. In the equation, I'm the minimalist. I just love getting rid of stuff, but I'm not tidy at all. Andy is the Marie Kondo of the operation, and he has devised a system where we have our utensils, the things that we use commonly, like almost every day, are right at the front in a container. The long bits that don't fit in there sit against the front wall. And then we have things that we use a little less often, like the turkey baster or the meat thermometer. Things like that go further to the back because I know I'm not gonna need them as often. And this way I don't have to dig through them to get to the stuff that I really do need. So an easy organizational tip is to just section things out, and it makes your drawer much easier to shop. If you've got one of those containers on top of your counter, instead of just ramming it full of everything you own, maybe do the same thing. Maybe take a look, and the things that you use every day, put in that container, and everything else put in a separate box or basket somewhere else in a drawer, so that you're not fumbling through a lot of stuff to get to the one item you need when you cook. And the last thing I'll say is, if you're having a hard time getting rid of kitchen utensils, there's a really cool, fun trick if you can invest a month into it, where you take everything out of the drawer, everything out of the container, and put it in a box. It can be a tub, a plastic tub, a glass, anything. It can be any material. I don't care what material you use. Put everything into a container, and over the period of a month, as you use something, cook, oh, I need that thing, cook, put it back into the drawer where it lives, or put it back into the container where it lives. And then after a month, lay all of that stuff out on a table and take a look at it and go, now what do I really want here? Because you already know that you don't use that stuff often, you haven't used it in a month. So you know already it didn't make the first cut, okay? Some of this stuff's gotta go. Go through the container and pick out the things that you can really get rid of, and then you're armed with stuff to ditch in our challenge for the next week, whatever that week is. Hopefully you guys can use some of these tips to find something in your kitchen, some utensils that you can get rid of. We have 4 things this week. Oh, let me show you what I'm getting rid of. So my 4 items, based on what I said before, is 4 little itty bitty baby spoons. You can see though, like some of them have like funky, can you see? Is it gonna focus for you? Like food grime stuff that's just like embedded deep within there. And this, I gotta say, I never really liked how sharp the sides were. I never really use these much anyway, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4 things that I'm getting rid of this week. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Again, I've linked all the previous weeks of the challenge below. And if you want more of the action of all things expat life, crazy life, don't forget to subscribe, or you can find me over on Instagram. I'm at Eileen Vincett. I will see you guys Wednesday. Have an awesome, awesome, clear, decluttered day. I'll see you guys soon. Take care. Bye.